Hello each and everyone, welcome to ANAMIKA'S EDUSPACE, and today in this video I welcome all the class 7 DAV school students, and in this video we are going to read all the questions and answers of chapter 2, that is nutrition in living organisms, animals and man. So let's get started, and if you like this video then don't forget to subscribe to our channel Anamika's EduSpace for more videos like this. D. Answer the following questions in brief. So these are the short answer questions. So let's begin. Question number 1. Define the following terms. Holozoic nutrition. Number B. Alimentary canal. Answer. Holozoic nutrition. This is a mode of nutrition in which organisms, amoeba and human beings eat food that may be in solid or in liquid state. B. Alimentary canal. The long muscular tube in the human body through which food passes after its ingestion is known as alimentary canal. Clear, students? Now let's move to the next question. Question number 2. Give the meaning of the terms assimilation and number B, rumination. Answer. Assimilation. The process by using the absorbed food for growth and producing energy is known as assimilation. Okay, that means you are collecting the food, you are absorbing the food and you are producing energy from the food by breaking down the food. Clear? So that is known as assimilation, that is you are assimilating the food. Clear? Number B, rumination. The process of chewing cud thoroughly to break down the rich cellulose content of the plant materials is called rumination. So rumination we can find in the cows, buffaloes, right, and cattle who are the ruminant animals. Clear? So we will study about rumination in details in the long answer questions. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 3. Name the organs that make up the human alimentary canal. Answer. Buccal cavity. Number B, food pipe or esophagus. Number C, stomach. Number D, small intestine. Number E, large intestine. Number F, rectum. So these are the organs that make up the human alimentary canal. Buccal cavity, food pipe, stomach, small intestine, large intestine and rectum and anus, that is the outlet. Clear? So these are the parts of the alimentary canal. Let's move to next question. Question number 4. State two differences between milk teeth and permanent teeth. Answers. So we'll make a table like this and we will write down milk teeth. So milk teeth starts appearing above the gum line, that is your pink color jaw which is present. So this is known as the gum line where your teeth are embedded. Clear? So when a baby grows or the baby is of 6 or the 7 months old, and these are 20 in number. Clear? Permanent teeth appears by the time of a child is around 6 years old, and these are 32 in numbers. So this is 6 months old and this is 6 years old. Clear? Question number 5. Name the 4 types of the teeth in the human mouth. Answer. Incisors, canines, premolars, molars. Clear? So incisor, canine, premolar and molar. Incisor is the front two teeth which is used for biting the thing. Okay. Canines are the teeth which is present at the side. So these two are your canines. It is used for tearing, right? Premolars are the teeth beside the canines which are four in number, right? In a single jaw, and in the next jaw another four in number. That is total eight premolars are there, right? And then comes the molars who are four in number. So these molars are the last teeth or also known as the wisdom teeth, and this is the adult permanent teeth. Clear, students? Now let's move to the next question. Question number 6. State the function of a incisor teeth. Number B, premolar teeth. Answer. Incisors are used for cutting of food. Number B. Premolars are used for grinding of food. Question number 7. State the role of acid in the human stomach. Answer. The function of hydrochloric acid, which is also known as HCl, right, kills the bacteria. Number B, it also provides the acidic medium which is needed for digestion by the enzymes in the stomach, because the food you ate turns into bolus, right? Now this bolus mixes with the acid which is present in the stomach or with the HCl, and it forms the acid chyme. Now this acid chyme goes on for further digestion in the stomach. Clear? Number 3 is it also helps in stopping the action of the salivary amylase by acidifying the food. So where does the salivary amylase act? The salivary amylase acts in your mouth when the food becomes bolus. So salivary amylase is acting when the food is in the bolus formation. Then HCl is acting on the stomach when it is forming the acid chyme. Clear? Next. State the function of a bile juice and pancreatic juice in human digestive system. Answer. Function of bile juice. Bile juice helps in emulsify fat, that is breaking down of fat or increasing the area to help the enzyme action in case of the fat, oils and grease. Number 2, it also makes the acid food coming from the stomach alkaline, that is basic in nature, so as to enable the action of the pancreatic enzyme. Number B, pancreatic juice acts on carbohydrate, proteins and fats and break them into simpler forms as follows. Carbohydrate and starch with the help of the enzyme amylase is broke into maltose. Okay, so this is actually what is carbohydrate? Carbohydrate is actually sugar, right? So sugar is break down by the help of enzyme, that is pancreatic enzyme, which is amylase, and this amylase breaks the sugar into maltose. Next, proteins with the help of the trypsin is broke into peptones. Okay, so peptones is the simpler forms of proteins. So what are peptones? Peptones are the simpler forms of proteins. Clear? Maltose is the simpler forms of sugar. Okay, simpler forms of sugar. Now fats is break down by the help of enzyme lipase into fatty acid and glycerol. So this is the simpler forms of fats. Very good. You are now able to answer the question. Now let's move to the next question. Now we are going to do the long answer question, that is answer the following questions. Okay, so let's begin. First question. Draw a neat, that is a clean well labeled, that is clearly labeled diagram, that is a picture of a human digestive system. So this picture is available in your book, right? So we'll refer the answer from your book. So this is the picture which is present in your book, as you can see, from starting right from the buccal cavity or the mouth, okay, it is starting, then the alimentary canal or the pipe is going on. So this one is your food pipe. Here all your salivary glands are present who secretes the saliva, who secretes the salivary enzyme. Okay, so the salivary gland secretes the saliva, and as well as with the saliva it secretes the salivary enzyme, and the salivary enzyme acts on the food. Clear? Now this pipe goes on to the liver, then it goes directly to the stomach. It is connected with the stomach. So this is our stomach, and the food is stored in the stomach, and HCl comes and act with the food bolus in the stomach. Then comes the pancreas. Then after the pancreas, large intestine, small intestine ultimately joins into the rectum, and then the final outlet is your anus. So this was the picture of the human digestive system. Clear, student? If it is clear, then please do like this video. Question number 2. Justify the following statements. Crow is an omnivore. And number B, it is said that the mode of nutrition in the human beings and amoeba is quite similar. So let us answer the first question first. So first question is, crow is an omnivore. So yes, crow is an omnivore because it feeds both on animal and on plant materials. So if you give a crow a piece of meat, the crow will eat that piece of meat. If you give a crow some grains, then the crow will also feed on those grains. Clear? So that's why crow is an omnivorous bird. Next, number B. Yes, it is said that the mode of the nutrition in the human being and amoeba is quite similar. That is holozoic mode of nutrition. They eat food that may be in solid or in liquid state. Clear? So this is clear that amoeba and human beings are having quite similar mode of nutrition. Clear, students? Let's move ahead. Question number 3. Give reason for the following. Number 1. Ingestion of the food is difficult without teeth. Number B. If we chew rice or bread for a few minutes, it starts tasting sweet. Why? Because the rice and the bread is carbohydrate, or it is a sugar. Carbohydrate means carbohydrate is a sugar. Okay. Now, bacteria are present in the cecum of the ruminants. And who are ruminants? The cows are the ruminants. Okay. Now, let's see the answer. Answer option number A. That is, ingestion of the food is difficult without teeth. Okay. Clear? So, what is written? Without teeth, we cannot ingest the food. We cannot break down the food into smaller pieces which are easy to swallow. That is, you can easily swallow the food if you break it into smaller pieces or simpler forms. Number B, if we chew rice or bread for a few minutes, it starts tasting sweet because saliva present in our mouth break down the starch which is present in the food. So starch where it was present in the food, that is tasteless, it converts it into sugar. Okay, so that's why it seems sweet in taste. Next, number C is, bacteria are present in the cecum of the ruminants which help in the digestion of the nutrient which is called as cellulose, which is contained by plants. Clear? So this is all about the question number 3. Little big but easy to understand. Clear? Now let's move to the next question. Question number 4. Explain how digested food get absorbed into the blood. Answer. The inner wall of the small intestine absorbs the digested food. It has a large number of finger-like projections which is called as villi. So if this is the surface of the small intestine, then the villi are present like this. Okay, it is almost looking like a finger, right? So these are known as the villi. So this villi increases the effective surface area for the absorption of the digested food, and this absorbed food is passed into the blood vessel which is present in the villi. So villi contains what? Villi contains the blood vessel. So whenever the food comes, the food is absorbed in the villi and directly it can pass to the blood vessel which is present inside the villi, and food can directly mix into the blood, and once it mixes into the blood, what it does, it converts into energy, right, and which we need, and that's why we eat food. Next, state in one or two sentences each the various processes involved in nutrition in the ruminant animals. So yes, as I promised you in that question that we are going to read about the rumination in details. So now we are going to read about it. So let us see. Answer. Animals first swallow the food quickly and store it in their rumen. The rumen has some microorganisms that help in partial digestion of the cellulose of the plant material. Then the food is now called cud. So the partial digestion means half digestion of the food is done. Okay, and that half digestion food turns into a curd, which is a semi-solid food. Okay, it becomes a semi-solid liquid type food. Okay. Next is the ruminant later on bring this curd to their mouth and then they chew it thoroughly. Okay, and after that this process is known as rumination. When they were sitting and thinking and chewing the curd, so chewing of the curd is known as rumination. Okay, next is number 3 point is the thorough chewing of the food during rumination helps to break down the rich cellulose content of the plant material, because cellulose is a very high content and it cannot be broken down by our stomach. It can only be broken down in the ruminant stomach. Clear? Number 4 is ruminant have a spacious bag-like structure. As I already said you that ruminant stomach is highly specified and it is having a bag-like structure, and that bag is present between the small intestine and the large intestine. This is known as cecum. Now what happens, the bacteria which are present in the cecum already, they help in further digestion of the cellulose food or the cud. Now how it helps in digestion we will learn through this diagram. So once this is a cow, the cow eats a lots of grass. Okay, so let us draw lots of grass in the mouth of the cow. So cow eats plants, grass and green plant materials, right? Then it travels to the food pipe of the cow. Now this is the food pipe, that is the esophagus of the cow. Okay, then it comes to the first portion of the stomach, that is in the rumen. Okay, then the food travels to omasum, abomasum, then it travels to the cecum. So here the food is digested partly, that is partial digestion and half digestion done here, and then it is known as the cud. Clear? Now the curd is brought back to the mouth. Again we are bringing the curd after the digestion. The cow is bringing it back. It has the capability of bringing the food particles back to the mouth. Clear? Now once it is bringing back to the mouth, then here the cow is again chewing the food. So what is the cow is doing? Again it is chewing the food. So once it is chewing the curd again, so what happens then after that, this curd again passes into the rumen, omasum, abomasum, and then through the whole food pipe it travels to the small intestine, and then it reaches the cecum. So cecum is this bag-like structure which is present between the small intestine and the large intestine. As you can see, this is the large intestine, this is the small intestine. So where the cecum is present? The cecum is present in between. So the cecum contains what? The cecum contains many bacteria, and this bacteria or this microorganism are very helpful, and this microorganism actually helps in the digestion of the curd, and so it passes, the digestion is done, and then the leftover food is passed through the large intestine and then it is ingested out. Clear? Ingested out means then the food is put out through the cow dung. Okay, it turns into a cow dung, the wastage material. Clear? Now we are going to the next question. Hope it is clear, students. If it is clear, then for my efforts, if you value my efforts, then please do subscribe to my channel, that is ANAMIKA'S EDUSPACE, for more videos like this. And stay connected. Next, question number 6. Explain the ingestion of the food in amoeba through a diagram. Okay, answer. When amoeba comes in contact with the food, it produces pseudopodia, okay, around the food particle. Suppose this is the amoeba. Now this is the food particle. I'll draw a food particle with another color so that you shall understand this. So this is the food particle, okay. Now as it is the food particle, so what does the amoeba do? The amoeba protrudes its legs, its body, okay, and then the amoeba encircles the food and it takes the food inside this cell of the amoeba, because amoeba is one cell. Now again this is the amoeba and the food is here, somewhere here. The amoeba has already taken the food after this process, and these are the false feet of amoeba. Okay, these are the false feet. Now false feet of amoeba are only known as pseudopodia. Pseudo means false, podia means feet. Okay, now it produces the pseudopodia around the food particles. As the cell membrane of the pseudopodia fuse, the foods get trapped into the food vacuole. So where does the food get trapped? The food get trapped in the food vacuole. Clear? Next, what happens? The digestive juices are secreted into this vacuole. So all the digestive juices are going here, digestive juices are going along with the enzymes. It is taking lots of enzymes with it, and then the digested food is absorbed by using the production of the energy. So when the enzymes and the juice is going, the juice is mixing with the food and it is breaking the food down. So it is breaking the food down into the simpler forms. Okay, breaking into simpler forms. Clear? Now what happens as the food is broken down into simpler forms? What it will do? It will only produce energy, because every food which is broken down into simpler forms produces nothing other than energy. So why do we eat food? We eat food for having energy, taking energy, consuming energy. Yes, students. So now what happens? That production of the energy, the movement and the maintenance of the organism is done. Now the undigested food, that is the wastage material. Okay, as I say, the wastage material, what it will be done? So it will be present itself in the food vacuole. So if this is the food vacuole, the wastage material is left inside the food vacuole, right? And it is expelled from the amoeba by the process of ingestion. As the amoeba is ingesting the food, similarly the amoeba is ingesting the food. Clear, students? So yes, so here you can see or refer to the diagram, and this you can draw as it is present on your book, right, students? So you can see by the stepwise process is shown. Here is the nucleus of the amoeba, this is the food particle. The amoeba is producing what? False feet, that is known as pseudopodias, and as the pseudopodia encircles the food once, so it is encircling the food, it is closing the gate, and the food is trapped inside the food vacuole. Clear? Now in this food vacuole, what is released? The digestive enzymes are released, the digestive juices are released, and the food is being digested. So once the food is digested, the food produces energy which is needed for the amoebal cell. Okay, now the waste material which is already present inside the vacuole, this is the waste or the undigested food, it is again excreted out as the pseudopodia opens up. Okay, as you can see, it is letting out the undigested food through the process of ingestion. So this was the process of ingestion. This is the process of ingestion. Clear, student? So this was the last question. Hope you like this whole video. If you like it, then make sure that you subscribe to our channel ANAMIKA'S EDUSPACE, and thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, and other videos of chapter 1, chapter 2 and chapter 3 and chapter 4 are already given. So make sure that you visit all the videos from chapter 1, 3, 4, 5, etc. and you also study from Anamika's EduSpace regularly. So bye each and everyone. If you find this video helpful, then make sure that you share this video with your friends and immediately turn on the bell icon to never miss an update from Anamika's EduSpace.